Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. Good morning, everybody. My topic is improve the capacity of comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction by strengthening governments in China. China is one of the countries most severely affected by national disasters in the world. Which national disasters are featured by the multi-diversity, wide coverage, high frequency, and grave losses. And it is average annual losses in last 25 years. And it is characteristics of national disasters in China. Comprehensive risk of national disaster in China. It is China's disaster economic loss ratio of GDP and death rate from disasters. Now I introduce the first part, achievement of the comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction in China. In recent years, Chinese government sticks to the idea of comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction, improve the disaster management, strengthen the coordination on multi-department and different areas in order to reduce the lives and property losses caused by national disasters. Chinese government coordinates all kinds of national disasters, play each stage of the disaster preparedness and reduction, take full advantage of all resources, apply law, administration, market, technology, and other measures. In recent years, we have three changes: from single disaster reduction to comprehensive disaster reduction, from overvalue disaster relief to balance the disaster relief and disaster reduction, from disaster reduction to disaster risk reduction. And there are 8 parts of the achievements of China. For example, the legal system, the monitoring, the engineer projects, the capacity, the science and technology, the preparedness, the public involvement, and the international cooperation. Now I introduce the second part, experience in work of disaster prevention and reduction in China. Strategically established the idea on comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction. Chinese government puts forward the 5-in-1 general layout with economic, political, cultural, social, and ecological construction. China regards the comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction as one of the important parts of ecological construction in the perspective of system coordination and whole advancement. Comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction leads the construction on national disaster preparedness capacity building. The second, established the planning goals on comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction. Chinese government insists to integrate the disaster prevention and reduction work into their national and local development agenda. There are 4 plans in recent years. It is the object of China's Comprehensive Disaster Prevention and Reduction Plan, 2011 to 2015. The third, China pays great attention on the risk transfer system and the market function on action. China is always exploring on building huge disaster risk transfer system and makes it show to Chinese situations. The achievement of Chinese new agriculture insurance and rural houses insurance model prove that the multiple cooperation among government, enterprises, and individuals is very important to ensure the development of disaster risk transfer system. The key mechanism of risk transfer system in China is government guide, financial support, market operate, and demonstration promote. Now I introduce the last part, main measures to strengthen the ability of public involvement. Chinese actively improves the ability of social mobilization and integration of social resources for disaster prevention and reduction, and the social resources such as social organizations, enterprises, and individuals take active in the work of disaster prevention and reduction, which become great joint forces. The first, the national plans and policies clearly stipulate the issues on public involvement. China's comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction plan declares that the basic principle of China's comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction is government dominant with social participant. We should stick to the leading role of government at all levels, strengthening the coordinate ability among different departments, organize and mobilize all the social resources to support the disaster prevention and reduction. The second, coordinate all kinds of social resources to accomplish the work of the comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction. It is very important to develop the role of both government at all levels and the relative enterprises and the public institutes. Pray for the army, public security force, military, reserve forces, and the professional rescue team. We should mobilize all kinds of resources and make them become the joint force in disaster reduction. The third, coordinate all kinds of measures on disaster reduction. China takes both administrative and marketable measures during comprehensive disaster prevention and reduction, all full play to the function of market system as strengthening the administrative measures. Multiple utilize financial measures and insurance and other measures to enhance the utilization on disaster reduction and to decentralize risk. And the first point, the last point, strengthening the disaster evaluation system. China enhances the role of private sector and financial institute in disaster prevention and reduction, which promote government to increase import on supervision, policy, and finance. Intensive the political will and leading forces. Thank you.